Have you ever noticed how you can spend an entire day doing almost nothing and still feel completely drained? No heavy work, no long conversations, yet your mind feels tired, foggy, and just exhausted. Here's the psychology behind why that happens. First, your brain doesn't just rest because your body does. Psychology shows that mental fatigue isn't caused by action alone, but by constant internal processing. Things like overthinking, replaying conversations, worrying about the future, or comparing yourself to others, even when you're just lying still. Your brain might be running at full speed, so while your body rests, your mind never really clocks out. Second, decision fatigue builds up silently. Your day of doing nothing is often filled with dozens of small decisions. Should I check my phone? What should I watch? Should I reply to that message now or later? Cognitive psychology calls this decision fatigue. Each one of these small choices drains your mental energy. By the end of the day, your brain feels overloaded, even if it feels like nothing productive actually happened. Third, mental exhaustion is often emotional, not physical. If you're carrying around unresolved emotions, your brain works overtime trying to regulate them. This could be suppressed stress, unspoken frustration, or just quiet anxiety. Psychologists link this to emotional labor, the invisible effort of managing your feelings. You might not even notice it's happening, but your nervous system definitely does. Fourth, dopamine overload creates mental burnout. Think about it: endless scrolling, short videos, constant stimulation. Your brain never gets a chance to reset. Neuroscience shows that this kind of overstimulation lowers your dopamine sensitivity, so instead of feeling refreshed, you end up feeling empty and tired. It's not because you did too much, but because your brain never experienced true rest. And finally, doing nothing without a clear purpose feels draining. Humans need a sense of meaning. We don't need constant productivity. But total aimlessness is exhausting too, when rest doesn't have any intention behind it. The mind fills that gap with self-judgment. I should be doing more, or I'm wasting my time. That internal conflict, which psychology calls cognitive dissonance, consumes a huge amount of energy. So here's the key takeaway. Feeling mentally exhausted after a day of doing nothing doesn't mean you're lazy. It means your mind is overloaded, overstimulated, or emotionally unprocessed. Real rest isn't just scrolling through your phone. It's about presence, clarity, and letting your brain feel safe enough to actually slow down. If this felt uncomfortably accurate, remember, you're not broken, you're human. Subscribe for more psychology that explains the invisible battles happening inside all our minds. Thanks for watching.